Welcome to the Weekly Homicide Report, the weekly program where we talk about all the people who needlessly died at the hands of another person. So let's take a look at this week's graph. Chicago racked up 13 homicides this week. They've only been lower than that twice in the last 10 weeks. Philadelphia had more homicides than Chicago for the first time this year, logging 14 murders and officially passing their 2021 numbers from this same time last year. Baltimore had 11 homicides last week, their highest weekly total in 7 weeks. Milwaukee recorded 1 homicide, bringing their total to 142 on the year, 40 more than this time last year. Washington, D.C. had 7 homicides last week. They sit at 128 on the year, 14 more than this time last year. There were 21 mass shootings last week. The August 2nd Orlando, Florida one was actually a mass murder. 5 people died in that one. We're averaging nearly 2 mass shootings a day this year, and somehow Chicago managed to go the whole week without a mass shooting. 3 children under the age of 11 and 33 between the age of 12 and 17 were shot and killed last week. A total of 1,012 children under the age of 17 have been murdered by gunfire this year. There were 37 reported defensive use of a firearm incidents last week. This is the most reported in 1 week since I started keeping track about 3 months ago. Likely there's more defensive use incidents that happen that just don't get reported, but it's nice to see this number being much higher than it's normally in the mid-20s, so it's much higher, and that's a good sign as far as I'm concerned, because when defensive use is high, murders are low. On to the murder-suicides. Now, these are just the ones done with a gun. And so far in week 31, we're at 418 for the year. And that's an increase of 10 from last week. Well, that's all I got for you today. But I'll be back next week with the week 32 numbers. Until then, have a great week. And I'll catch you next week. Support this channel and pick yourself up some original crime-related apparel. Look for the link in the description.